This is Mark Kemp of LasVegasProbateGuide.com, and on this screen capture video I'm going to show you how to find the self-help forms that are on the Probate Commissioner's website. And so what we want to do is we want to start with the web page for the Clark County Courts, and that's at www.clarkcountycourts.us, and that takes you to this page. You can get here also by going through the page for Clark County and then clicking on the District Court tab, but come straight to clarkcountycourts.us and it will bring you this page, and then see you come across this table and say probate. That brings us down to the probate page, and we've done a previous call where we talked about how to find the approved list here. But then down below, if you scroll down, see now we have a forms library, and these are the different forms you can use. And so let's look first at the form you use, affidavit of entitlement to estate. So this is the form that you can use when a person dies with less than $20,000 in personal property. So the way the form reads is you cannot have more than $20,000 altogether in aggregate and still use this form. And so it says affidavit of entitlement for estates that do not exceed $20,000. See, state of Nevada, County Clerk, and then this is the person, you, that's being done, and then he's your person with the right to succeed in the property under a will, the name of our decedent, our person who died, and then who died, they have him dying in County of Clark, State of Nevada. If you're using this outside of Clark County, then they could have died in another state. You just can change that language. And then on the blank day of blank, what day, and they said being a resident of the state of Nevada. And that's a key to using this form. Have to be a resident of the state of Nevada at time of death. And then they have an estate in Clark County, see, which is not real property nor a lien thereon. Gross value that does not exceed $20,000. And then you list out what the assets are: bank account, stock certificate, insurance, vehicle, last payroll check. I've done that before. Usually it's close out a bank account, but it works for last payroll check. And then you have the right to succeed to the property, have any answers by this person. So it's about having the property. So this is where you list who's got the property. So if it's the employer, you list the name of the employer. If it's a bank, you list the name of the bank. If it's a credit union, the credit union. And so if it's a bank account, you want to list to the name of the bank that it's at. And then it says at least 40 days have elapsed since the date of death of the decedent. So you got to wait 40 days to use this. And this says no application or petition for appointment of a personal representative is pending or has been granted. So again, if somebody is doing a probate petition, you can't be running around using these forms to collect the property before the person gets appointed. I had a case where the widow did that. Okay, all debts of the decedent, including funeral and burial expenses, have been paid or provided for. No funds are owed to Nevada State Welfare. So that's somebody who had received Medicaid. Then the affidavit is given written notice to certified mail to everybody who has an equal or superior claim, and at least 14 days has elapsed. So I like the form is really supposed to be used by the person who has the right to get the property ahead of everybody else. So it'll usually be the surviving spouse, or if it's a child. But I'll sometimes have one child collect the property on behalf of all the children and then share it with them. And then the affidavit is personally entitled full payment of the property on behalf of who the interest is, and then understands that the filing of a false affidavit constitutes a felony in the state of Nevada. Then you sign and notarize this, and you got your name and your signature, your address. And then you present that form with a death certificate to the person who has the money, and then they should give it to you. Now for DMV, they have a form that's on their format and stationery that deals with vehicles, but it does the same thing. You can go down to DMV and fill out their form. If a person died with less than $20,000 altogether, and it's only personal property, you can collect the car title, take the car title down and change it using this form. So that's how you use an affidavit for a state that does not exceed $20,000.